Hey, what's up? EZOVERDOSE here. This is my Battle Pet Power Leveling Guide, and it is going to cover quite a few things. Now, people can interpret power leveling in two different ways. The major portion of this video is going to revolve around what I refer to as the mop loop, and that's all the Mista Pandaria tamers with the elemental spirits as well. And I'll also throw in a way to just power grind, just in a map to where like there's no restrictions on waiting for dailies to reset. So the mop loop, this can take on average 40 to 60 minutes, and doing this will get you 3 pets from 1 to 24, a 4th pet from 1 to 20. You'll get 11 pet battle bags. Inside of each one of these bags can be a rare stone. Inside of 4 of those 11 can be elemental pets, which you can either learn or auction. You'll get 30 to 50% of a player level, so it's awesome for alts. You'll get 100 to like 150 gold from just dailies, daily gold. And of course, like a ton of the pet bandages. So these are the add-ons that I use and I recommend. The first one and most important one is Battle Pet Breed ID. This add-on is going to show you the different breeds of pets, and sometimes getting the right breed is important. Other times when it's not, there is still a breed that can do something better than whatever breed you're using. So second is going to be Battle Pet Teams. This add-on will let you save presets of 3s, and you can label them and name them, and it will also save their moveset, so you can just scroll through, pick your team for your tamer, and you don't have to, fiddle around in the journal trying to figure out where your pet is and do a lot of typing. The third one is Pet Tracker. This add-on does a variety of things. The two most important ones are it shows you where to get pets on the map. You can filter them. You can make it show the ones that you don't have, all of them, etc. And it also shows the cooldowns of the opposite team, so you can keep an eye on their cooldowns. Two optional ones that are just kind of preference is Pet Journal Enhanced. It just has more options, more ways to filter, and it has enhanced in the name, so obviously it's better. And then Auto Safari Hat. This add-on, like they changed the way the Safari Hat works. You don't have to equip it anymore, it's a buff. And I forget if it actually like auto applies the buff, but like it puts something in the text, like if you don't have it, and this add-on will auto pick up and auto turn in the Pet Tamer dailies, so it's less clicking. Alright, so before I jump into the advanced stuff, I want to just kind of talk about like what a new player or somebody new to Battle Pets should get as their first 3 pets, just in case. Like I don't want to leave out a whole crowd of people just going straight to the advanced stuff. So the first 3 pets that you should get are a Zandalari Ankle Render, double power breed, and like make sure it's a double power breed. I mean, you only need to level 1 up to 25 once, so I mean, don't level the wrong breed, and then need to get the better breed later. The double power breed's 341 power, which makes it extremely strong. It's also a beast, so it gets extra power when it's half health. And this pet serves 2 purposes. For one, there's more critters in the game than any other type of pet. So on any given map, there's going to be critters in it versus something else. So if you're just out like open world grinding, having a beast is extremely beneficial. And this particular beast, it has a strong single target attack, and then it has an AoE attack, and it has like a victory rush attack, so it heals itself on the killing blow, which means you don't have to go find a stable master, you don't have to use bandages, you don't have to wait on your heal cooldown. It's just really efficient. And then its second unique purpose is it has Black Claw and Hunting Party combined with Leap. Leap is its filler spell. So Black Claw Hunting Party is great for like the boss tamers, like when you're working your way up to 25 and you don't have the right pet to beat something because it just does something that you don't have a counter for, like like blocking a big move or something. As long as you don't get like 2-shot by the tamer, Black Claw Hunting Party it destroys stuff. It does so much damage, but I mean, Hunting Party goes on cooldown for a long time, so it's kind of like to be used as a sacrifice pet. Now this pet you can buy off the auction house, or you can just go out to Isle of Giants, which is north of Kungle Summit, and farm for it off the humanoid mobs. Now if you have Pet Tracker, it'll just mark it on your map, but make sure you're killing humanoid mobs and not the dinosaurs out there. My second choice is going to be a double power Pocket Reaver, and this is a mechanical pet obviously, and the reason why I say to get this one is because a lot of the tamers that you encounter on your way up to like the level 25 tamers, a beast is going to like be a roadblock, because the beast, you're going to get it low, like a double health beast. It's going to have so much health that you're not going to be able to like whittle it down, and when it gets below 50%, it's doing so much extra damage that it just destroys your pets. So the trick with this one is it has a supercharge and then metal fist, which is just, you know, like a generic mechanical ability. And what you do is you use like metal fist like twice or something, and get it right below or right above the threshold to where it gets the extra damage buff. And then you would use supercharge and then metal fist and just basically one-shot it through its whole health pool, the rest of its health pool, and bypass that extra damage. And that's extremely useful on mitigating damage from some of these tougher tamers. This pet, you can also buy this on the auction house, and I'd recommend it if you can afford it. If you can't, you can get it from the Fell Reaver boss in Tempest Keep, which is another storm. And then the third pet is going to be the Anubisith Idol. Now this pet, it's less useful in the open world, but it's extremely useful against tamers, mainly because of Sandstorm and Deflection. 9 times out of 10, Sandstorm, when you lay down Sandstorm, like any kind of tamer that has like a flock ability or swarm where it puts a double damage debuff on you, like it'll mitigate that, just block everything and take 0 damage. And then if they have some kind of big like lift off attack or something, Deflection can block it and mitigate damage entirely. On top of that, the Anubisith Idol is going to be the most valuable pet to have at 25 whenever you are getting into this mop loop that I'm going to talk about in a minute. A third plus for this pet is it counters Dragonkins. Its crush ability is Humanoid, which is strong against Dragonkin, and Dragonkin along with Beast are like the 2 hardest things to deal with as far as like mop tamer pets, because Dragonkin gets you below 50%, it does extra damage. So having something that can deal with those is definitely a plus. This one is going to be a higher priority on a list of like which one should I buy and which one should I farm. This is one that you would probably rather buy than farm, especially if you've never been to AQ40 and you don't want to spend time farming something. Alright, so let's talk about a grind spot. This spot, it's in Valley of the Four Winds, and it is... I start basically right underneath where it has the text, the Heartland, and there's like a boss elite Fable guy here, Cricket, and there's usually a bunch of like, you know, Cricket type grasshopper mobs around them that you can battle. So it's just a condensed area that you can battle, and you don't have to move much to the next battle. And if you use your Zandalari Ankle Render, and you get a triple critter team that doesn't do like the freaking Cocoon Strike and like the immunity shell and all that crap, like you can get wins in probably about 45 seconds, and that's bringing 2 carry pets, so that's 15 seconds of that is swapping between 2 pets to get to your 3rd pet just to win. So out here, the note for out here is like the closer you are to water, the higher chance that you're going to have an aquatic in the matchup. So I'll stay away from the water if possible. And then once you like exhaust the area, like you should like AoE and kill all the critters that you can't battle, because they can respawn as critters that you can battle, like if you plan on coming back to this area. And then you should head west and go along like this this ridge up here. It's just a hillside, and there's usually a bunch of critter spawns up here as well. Now up here it obeys the same thing I just said, that they can spawn as non-critters. So if you see like a cluster, like you want to find the cluster. Sometimes there's like 5 of them in a group. So those are the ones where it's like it's great. You can just get 5 back-to-back battles and not even move. But because of sometimes they spawn as non-battleable pets, you'll need to, you know, AoE down some of the other ones. I don't know for sure exactly how many levels per hour you can get out here. I don't really do this much, but it's probably the most efficient way, just because it's beast versus critter. So I mean, I don't know where else you can get like 45-second wins, and you have to, you know, combine that with the factor of you're not having to like go chase down a stable master, you're not having to use your pet bandages, you're not having to use your heal, waiting on your heal to come off cooldown, because Devour is just, it's going to keep your pet topped off, it's always going to keep your pet healed, and you're going to do so much damage that by the time like you dip under 50% health just for a split second, you're probably just going to start one-shotting those pets. So this area, this map, it's good if you just want to grind all day long. Alright, time to jump into the good stuff here. These are some spreadsheets that I made. This first one is just showing the tamers, and then the pets needed to beat the tamers. Green obviously means used, red means not used. The idle up top, used for 5. They're labeled, they're ordered in importance. So idle's most important because it's used the most. The Zeppelin, second most. I have it marked for 4, but it's technically only needed on Moruk. And for the other 3, like something with ion cannon can like finish the fight in like a couple less rounds. But anything with ion cannon can't do what the Zeppelin can on Moruk, which is one of those fights where it comes down to like the last couple rounds. So that fight's important to have the right stuff on. Yellow Moth, double power. Like if I list the breed on any of these, it's important that it's that specific breed. Obviously all these need to be rare too, eventually. They probably work green for a while, but rare them eventually. Another Fairy Dragon, I prefer the SS over the double power, but double power has worked. It worked for me for many months, but I just found that getting the double S build it knocked off one factor of RNG off of the Moruk fight. The Eternal Strider, power speed. Emerald Proto Whelp, double power or power speed. Double power is what I use for the loop. Power speed is used for a Draenor Tamer. This one isn't too picky, but the ability that you're going to use is like a range of damage. So if it hits on the low end 3 times, like it kind of messes up your rounds, which usually doesn't matter too much the fight that you use it on. But if you have a power speed build, it's a bigger factor, it's a bigger chance. And if I listed a 4th pet to get for like new players, it would be the Emerald Proto Whelp whenever you can capture it. The other 3, you can buy them, they're always rare, and they start at level 1. The Emerald Proto Whelp, you have to be probably like, I don't know, 15 to 20 to make it out to Sholazar Basin to actually capture it. And then it's not always rare, so. But once you can get one of those, it's an extremely useful pet. It has 2 heals, it's a Dragonkin. It's a very unique pet. Chromanius, everybody should have one of those. Mechanical Pandaren Dragonling. The Grasslands Cottontail, double speed build. This one is, if you're going to be specific about any of them, it needs to be this one. This is like mainly used for like the 2-pet strat for Major Pain, but the Cottontail versus any other rabbit in the game, it has a higher base power than any other rabbit. So the double speed build's only 325 speed, versus if you compared it to any other rabbit in the game, a double speed build would be like 357 speed. So that means that the double speed build of a Cottontail has like 260 power, and if you were to check the double balance build on any other rabbit in the game, which there's no power builds, there's just like balance builds, which is to get the most power, they're not close to 260 power. So it's the strongest rabbit in the game. But if you don't have one of those, I mean, they're not really rare. They're just, people don't really know about them. You can use any rabbit with dodge and burrow. I'm pretty sure all of them have dodge and burrow. And as long as they're over like 301 speed, which I'm pretty sure all of them will be, I think it will work for what you need it for. It's just going to take a lot more rounds to do it, because it's weaker. Death Talon Whelp Guard. Like, this Tamer is probably the only use this pet has in the entire game. Not even joking. Then the Wildhammer Griffin Hatchling, double power. This one is also crucial. It needs to be a double power, and this one is probably going to be the biggest pain in the ass to acquire. Now I'll refer to like videos that I already have made on like what you can sub that pet out for. So you'll need to like hit up Wowhead, look those up if you don't know where to get them, check your pet journal. But the only thing worth mentioning on all of these is the Wildhammer Griffin Hatchling. Its spawn locations are kind of goofy, and if you don't see like an actual spawn of them, it's not because there's none spawn, it's just the game's stupid. Go out to any place in Twilight Highlands and just battle a pet, and that pet can be a secondary of a first pet. So you can just battle like a rattlesnake, you can battle whatever else is out there, and it can be a secondary pet. and you can capture it like that. So here's another spreadsheet, and this is just basically showing which ones are safe to bring a level 1 into. You can see all of them but 4 are safe to bring a level 1 to, and that's just because AoE damage. And the only thing to note on here is that Aki, if you bring a level 1 elemental to it, it isn't going to block Swarm because elementals ignore the weather effect, and it's going to take probably 150 damage, so I'd recommend a level 5 plus elemental on Aki. And then the Flowing Pandaren Spirit is the heaviest AoE damage of all of them, and Burning is going to be next up, and that one's like more RNG, and then Shoe is going to be behind it. But I will throw up these 2 spreadsheets at the end of the video, so you can just pause the end of the video and write them down or whatever. I'll also link, along with tons of other stuff in the description, to these spreadsheets, so you can refer back to them at any time. So here's the loop, nothing fancy, just start and finish at Aki and Hyuna. Both of those are level 1 safe, minus the elemental on Aki. One day you go clockwise, one day you go counterclockwise. And I just want to note one thing, that like when I refer to something as like a death round, that means like your first pet died and then you swap in the carry pet and swap it right back out. And the way the XP works is like if you bring in your carry pet on the very first round, which the only example in any of these is going to be the Thundering Pandaren Spirit, you need to use a round. You need to use an ability or pass a round for it to count. After that point, you can swap it in on a death round and swap it right back out, and they take 0 damage. So that's the trick to a handful of these, to swapping in a level 1 without them taking damage. So I'm obviously going to run through these like really fast with the video sped up incredibly. And if you have like any questions about like what to do, or need like a more specific explanation, there's going to be a link in the description, because I already have an entire series consolidated into a playlist of 2 pet strategies for power leveling or using them for the Elec Plushie achievement. And it's basically everything in this video is just hand in hand, side by side, with the strats that are in these videos. So these are all individual guides, and they are like very specific guides. So if you don't understand just the 2-second explanation that I give in this video running through, refer to the description. There will be a link to the playlist, and then find the tamer that you need an explanation on, and check out the individual video. So to replicate these results, you're going to need a couple things. Obviously, you're going to need like the pet hat that you get for beating all the tamers once, and then I'm using the pet treats and the lesser pet treats. So you can buy these at your menagerie. The lesser ones that can drop from the daily bags from doing like the fable tamers, which I wouldn't even recommend wasting time on. And then the regular pet treats, you can, if you have leftover celestial coins from doing the celestial tournament, you can buy them there as well. But basically it takes 2 tunes with the menagerie daily opened up to feed, to have enough pet charms to feed 1 character treats to keep doing this loop every day and not run out. So get your menagerie opened up. I have there'll be links in the description for that as well, as far as like how to beat the dudes in there, like to open it up. And then after it's opened up, I have a playlist showing how to beat all the menagerie tamers. I have a guide showing how to open up the level 3 menagerie, getting like the 150 wins in like an hour, hour and a half or something. So like all that information's down there in the description. But note that I am using plus 85% XP buffs. So first up, right here, Hyuna. I'm swapping it in on the death round. This one though, there's a huge window. He has like 1 offensive. You can swap it in anytime after that. Make sure that you have pet battle teams set up, and you're checking your map, straight shot to the next tamer, and changing teams on the way there. That way when you get there, you're not fiddling around with anything. Maximizing time. Whispering Pandaren Spirit. This one, you can be swapping it in on the death round. Thundering Pandaren Spirit. This one starts it, because he does a stun on the first round, and the stun doesn't do damage. So this one's unique in that nature. Yawn is next. You can swap in two different places here. You can swap in a non-elemental anytime during flock on the first pet, or you can swap in on the very first round of the last pet coming out. He'll cast Chew first, always, and does 0 damage on that round. Burning Pandaren Spirit. This one you'll swap in on the last pet when the last pet's doing Swarm, and you want to make sure you have Sandstorm up so it gets blocked. If it's an elemental, then don't bring an elemental to this one, or just make sure it's a higher level and can take a Swarm hit. Zushi on this one, you're going to be swapping in when the Strider pet comes out. Basically, the Strider pet comes out, you use Crush once, swap to the carry pet, it casts a Sleep on you, and then you swap to your Moth and you finish it. Wastewalker Shoe. This one, you're swapping in on the death round. The Flowing Pandaren Spirit. This one you're swapping in whenever the third pet comes out. You should swap to your carry pet as soon as the third pet comes out, because he throws up 2 debuffs and they take like 3 rounds to hit. So there's no damage going out, and the damage is going to hit whatever pet is active. Moruk, you're swapping in on the death round. Farmer Nishi, you're swapping in on the death round. Aki, you're swapping in. You throw up Sandstorm, first round, second round, swap in your carry pet. Swap back to the idle, and then finish as normal. And so that's it, that's the loop. I stopped the stopwatch at 41 minutes and 41 seconds. So that's how long it took me to do it with 280 flying, and I didn't have to restart any battles. The 2 battles that I have to restart the most often is the Burning Pandaren Spirit. I don't know why. I mean, you use the Anubis Idol on like all of them, but it seems like the Burning Pandaren Spirit seems to miss the most, and when it does, it really matters because just the way stuff lines up. So that one, maybe, I don't know, maybe like 1 in 5 times I might have to restart that one. And then the next one that I sometimes have to restart would be, I guess, Moruk. That one and Moruk are probably about the same. Like 1 in 5 times I have to redo those. And then maybe 1 in 10 I have to redo Shu. But all the other ones, maybe like 1 in 50. All the other ones are really close to like 100% win ratio, no matter what happens. I guess Whispering's maybe like 1 in 10 as well. You get put to sleep like 3 times back to back or something. Kind of screw you. But this was a clean run, so this is like a best case scenario with 280 flying and having all your pet battle teams set, having all of you know, everything. And I actually, like, I used in this video, I used the Zeppelin for all of them just to, you know, keep keep the video accurate to what I just got done explaining, and you know, proving that it can be done. So if you were using like a Tranquil Mechanical Yeti in place of the Zeppelin on 3 out of the 4 fights, that probably would have shaved off a full minute or more. So it's possible to do it at 40 minutes, and realistically, coming out here on slow flying, figuring it all out the first time, you'll be out here for a full hour at least. I mean, you can get all this stuff set up before you come out here, but it takes time to get it set up right. But I mean, once you get it set up right, you're golden. 40 minutes a day, you know, I don't know, 50 realistically, 50 minutes a day, half a level of player XP. I kind of forgot to show my XP, like start and finish on this, but I mean, you can do the math. You can see how much you need to level, and you can see here I'm getting like 10,000 and is it like 14,000? So I'm getting like, you know, almost 25,000 XP per tamer times 11 tamers. You know, it's well over 250,000 XP. So after you get these to 24, you would log back over to your garrison tune that you've been doing your menagerie dailies on and the WOD Tamer dailies, and you would throw the training stone on them to bump them all to 25. Now, a thing I should have mentioned probably like way earlier in the video is, if you're going to do this on an alt, do not wait to unlock your garrison till the last minute. I did that and I learned from my mistake. What you want to do as soon as you hit 90 is do the opening chain to where you get your garrison unlocked. That way the cache, the garrison resource cache, is building garrison resources. That way you can just, you know, forget about it for like 2 or 3 days, go out there and collect it, and you'll have 500. Because when you get to level 100, you're gonna need 2,000 resources to make a level 3 garrison. Like you need something in between there to make it level 2, but you'll need 2,000 at 100 to make it level 3, and then you're gonna need 300 to go from level 1, 2, 3 menagerie, and then whatever else you need to do, like your profession stuff, if you're gonna do that or whatever. So get those garrison resources building up. Don't wait like I did till I was 95 to like open up the garrison, and then I hit 96 and I rushed out to Spires and hit 100 in 3 hours, and then I was screwed, and I had to wait another week anyway just to let garrison resources build, because I was not going to farm. So I mean, if you're already past that point and you're in the middle of doing that right now and getting screwed, just build a trading post and then just buy mats and, you know, collect extra resources that way. You could also do like a lumber mill if you don't mind just riding around maps and like clicking on trees. Other than that though, you're screwed, so don't put yourself in that situation. Definitely get that garrison unlocked ASAP and get that cache building resources. I forget if I mentioned it, but note that after you get all your pets to 24, they end up at 24 instead of 25, but the menagerie daily, the bag gives you these training stones that add +1 level. And then of course you can buy these stones, or you can buy a bag that gives a random stone. So you leave them at 24, and then you just log back into the tune that's doing the menagerie daily, and you use all these stones that you have. You're probably going to have a ton of them sitting in your bag, and just use those to get your pet to 25 for free. 24 to 25 is free. So that's how you get them to 25. And if you didn't want to do it like that, and you need them 25 right now, then you just refer back to the Valley of Four Winds area and just run back to Valley of Four Winds with your Zandalari ankle render, and then just do, I don't know, 3 or 4 battles, and it'll probably put you at 25. So maybe you're wondering, what happened to that beginning clip where you're opening up all those bags? How much stuff did you get? Well, that was 10 days worth of doing this loop, not opening anything, and I ended up getting, I think, 14 rare stones. I got 5 pets. It was 300 gold worth of vendor grays. I don't know how much gold worth of daily gold. 200 like pet battle bandages. So the battle pets I ended up selling. The water spirit on my server sold for 6,000. The other one sold for 1,000. So I made 10,000 just off those elemental spirit pets, and then I have 14 of these rare stones. So yeah, it was pretty good for, you know, less than 2 weeks. So I mean, that was about 7.5 hours of effort, and over those 10 days, at 7.5 hours, I think I gained 4.5 player levels, and that's 30 30 pets to 24, basically 30 pets to 25, because I used the training stone things and bumped them all to 25, or most of them, and then 10 pets to level 20. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty good for 7 hours of effort. 30 pets to 25, 10 pets to 20, 10,000 gold from auction house, 3,000 or 300 gold from the vendor. Who knows how much gold from the dailies? It's like 100 to 150 gold per day, so it's like 1,500-ish gold from the daily gold, and 14 rare stones. You could turn around and rare pets from the auction house that are green by default, sell them for an extra 2,000 or 3,000. I mean, the potential is just endless doing this, and the effort is minimal. So that's what's up with that clip, and those were, you know, basically my results. Obviously, the results can vary based on prices on your auction house and the RNG of getting a pet out of one of those bags, but that's what I got on a 10-day spread when I was actually recording this, and that's it. That's all I got for the video. So I'm going to throw up these spreadsheets again, so you can pause it if you want, and if you like the video, hit that like button. If you want to see more stuff I push out in the future, subscribe, and thanks for watching.